Hi, my name is Tiffany Yeager, and I'm super excited for this 21 days of fasting and prayer. Myself and my family are partaking in it from ages 4 to, I don't want to say the adult ages, but from our youngest from 4 years old to the oldest teenager who's 16 in our household. As well as myself and my husband. We have made it a priority to seek God stronger in these next 21 days so that we can see God's face and hands move in our lives in this next year coming up. We have specific prayers that we're really excited to see God move in, and that we're asking for His favor upon. One of the biggest things that we are praying that we see God's favor and movement in over this next year is chains broken from abusers in our family and over our children. Just praying that God will sever some ties that are there. We're also praying for God to move in a large way in our personal life as far as being the parents that God has called us to be, both as a stepmom, a biological mom, a stepfather, and a biological father to all 7 of our children. Just making sure that we're following and our ears are turned to hear God in a very clear and distinct way. We are praying for callings over all 7 of our children, as well as myself and my husband, for our callings from the Lord to be evident in what areas and aspects that we need to take our life to make sure that we are following the will of God and listening to His voice, and that there aren't any distractions that get in the way. So something that we have done as far as when we began the prayer and fasting was we all took a moment to write down what we were going to fast individually. Took a moment to write down our prayers individually, and then corporately as a family, but also corporately as a church. We took a look at what everybody was praying about, how we can help, how we can intercede, and then taking a moment to show our children and especially the younger ones how to pray, what it looks like to pray, what it looks like to spend time with God. And that was something that we had to really go over, even with the older kids, was you're fasting something that you feel is important to you, or you feel like you can't get through the day without, in order to give that back to God and say, okay, Lord, you are more important than whatever it may be. For me, it's sweets and sodas and lots of bread. So for my husband, it's, other drinks like Red Bull, and his big thing is, Reese's Big Cups, so he's fasting those. But it's not just giving up the food, it's giving back God the time that should be His to begin with, that we allow distractions as human beings to take place in. So I really hope that you have chose something that will make a difference in your life, and you'll see a change when you spend that amount of time, extra intentionality with the Lord to deepen your relationship with God and to give Him back the first of every day, even the first of every special event, the first of every week, just give it back to him and see how he will move in your life. I know that's something that we're praying for, just to really be able to see God evident and clear without any distractions, watching his hand move in provisions, having his hand in healings, but also for us to be called in a stronger and deeper way into the ministry of the Lord to build the kingdom, be it just in our house or outwardly. So I pray for everybody of SFA and in the communities here in Sweetwater, but also around the surrounding cities and communities, that we can all reach out and be the hands and feet of the Lord. He's called us to go to all the nations and to disciple, and so that's what our big movement is for our prayer and fasting, is that God would show us how to do that, and I pray that he shows you as well how to do that, and anybody that's involved in the kingdom of the Lord.